HTML controls. So these HTML controls allows us to create user input forms that for example Google sign up form, okay, Yahoo or Facebook sign up forms. So using these HTML controls, these controls accept the user input. Okay, take the user input and send it to the remote servers. So that is database. Okay, HTML controls are used to create the user input forms. So HTML controls are first one, button. Using HTML button, we can submit submit data into the server. Okay, so for example we can take Google sign up form. After you enter all the data like first name, last name, username, password, okay, after you enter the data, you have to click the next up button so that you will get the account in Google. Okay, so this button, when you click on the button, the data is stored in the Google server. Okay, the data is sent to the server. So these buttons are used for user actions. Used for user actions. So syntax for this button. So we can create buttons in two ways. So first one, using button tag, we can create buttons. Okay, button. So here, so this is the text for this button. Okay, and the second way, use input tag and type equal to button, or we can take submit. Okay, you can use button or submit while you're creating button using input tag and value equal to, this is the text for button like save, okay, cancel or delete buttons. Okay, so these are the two ways to create buttons in HTML. So these buttons are used to submit the data into the server. Okay, when you click on the button, the entire form submit to the server. Okay, so next one is text box. So this text box allows users to enter input data. Text box allows users to enter input data. Okay, so we can take a Google sign up form. We can enter our first name, last name and email. Okay, and we can submit the data into the server. So these text boxes are used to enter the user input data. Syntax for this text box, we can use input tag and type equal to text. Okay, we can observe this while creating button, we have to use type equal to button or submit. While you're creating text box, you have to use type attribute with the text value. Okay, so this control allows users to enter input data. placeholder, this tag for user identification. Okay, like please enter name or please enter mobile number, so like this. Okay, this is the syntax for text box. So first we can create one example form. HTML controls dot HTML form. So we can remove all these tags in the body tag. Okay, basic HTML tags we have HTML tag, header section and body section. So in this body section, so we can take one text box, type equal to text and placeholder equal to first name and close this text box. Okay, first name colon text box and last name input type equal to text and placeholder equal to last name. Okay, and after that we can take one button, type equal to button, or you can take submit. Okay, and value save. Okay, this is the sample form. So run this example. HTML elements, HTML controls. So run this example. You can see first name text box and last name text box. Okay, so here you can see the text in text box, inside the text box, first name and last name. So this is for just user identification. Okay, user can identify the text box and user can enter the data in the text box. Okay, that is for placeholder. So user can enter like this. Okay, and after that when user click on this button, is the data save into the database. Okay, here we have to use database and backend logic. That developer will take care of the logic, okay, to save the data in the database. Just user uh, just your developer design the form and developer in like a .NET developer or Java or PHP developers, they will take care of the backend logic to save the data in the database. So next, file upload control. So file upload control upload the files into the server. This control allows upload files into the server. Okay, so like you can take the example of Google Compose. Okay, like attach files. So this is the latest controls. Okay, this is like jQuery controls, jQuery file upload controller, Ajax. So this file upload control accept multiple files at a time. Okay, we can upload multiple files at a time, but HTML file upload control accept only one file at a time. Okay, syntax for this file upload: use input type equal to file. Okay, type equal to file and close this one. So this is the syntax for file upload control. We can take this control for upload the resume. Okay, in job portals. Input type equal to file and close this tag. So we can run this example. Okay, so user can enter first name and last name, and user can choose the file. Okay, when user click on this button choose file, and user can select file like this. Okay, so this selected file name showing here. Okay, so selected file name will display here, and user can save the file into the server. Okay, so developer need to write backend logic to save the file into the server. Okay, that is the file upload control. Next one, text array control. So text array tag defines a multi-line plain text. Text area tag defines multi-line plain text. Plain text input control. So text area can hold an unlimited number of characters. And the difference between text box and text array control: text box allows only single line text. Multi text array control accept multi-line plain text. Okay, this is the simple difference between text box and text array control. Okay, both are same. User can enter text in the text box and text array controls. Text box accept only single line text, and text array control accept multi-line plain text. User can enter multi-line, okay, some content. So syntax for this: text area tag, okay, so this is the syntax for text array control. uh, so we can take this for address. Text area tag, save this file and run this example. Okay, so this is also text box, but this control accept multi-line plain text. Okay, like this you can enter, and you can resize the text box. Okay, this text area control in runtime. Okay, how much you want, you can resize this text area control, but you cannot resize text box in runtime. Okay, and this text area control accept multi-line plain text, but text box accept only single line text. So these are the two differences between text box and text area control. And this is the default height and width for text area control. If you want to increase this height and width for text box, there is a two attributes, rows 10 and columns 30. Okay, rows is the height, columns is the width for text area control. Okay, no need to use height and width attributes for this text area control. Okay, you can use rows and columns to define the height and width for text area control. So refresh this example, you can see. So this is the 10 rows height, 30 columns width. And next one, drop down list. So use select tag, select element is used to create drop down list. HTML select element is used to create drop down list. Okay, drop down list. So using this drop down list, user can select only one item, one option from given list of options. Okay, user can select only one option from the given list of options. uh, we can take real-time example for Google sign up form. So create account. Here you can find drop down list for birthday field. Okay, here you can select only one option from these 12 options. Okay, you can select only one option, March or April, May. Okay, like this. So at a time only you can select only one option. So this is called drop down list. Okay, and here in gender also same, you can select only one option from this list of predefined list of options. So user can select only one option from the given list of options. So syntax select tag we have to use. Between these two tags we can use option. You can give the values like this. Okay, list of options. Okay, so like this we can define the list of options. DOB, first month. Okay, and after that we can take input type equal to text, placeholder day, input type equal to text, placeholder year. Okay, month, day and year. So run this example. One second. So first, after first name last name we have date of birth field. Okay, date of birth column. User can select only one option from this list of options. Okay, list of month names, and after that he can enter day and year. So this is called drop down list. Next, red button list. Okay, red button list. So red button list also same like drop down list. It is same as drop down list. Okay, same as drop down list. User uh, select only one item from number of list of choices. User can select one option from the given list of choices or options. Okay, but here difference between drop down list and red button list. Drop down list never occupy the space in the document. Okay, but red button list occupy the space. So I will show the difference between this red button list and drop, uh, drop down list. Syntax for red button list: use input tag type equal to radio and name equal to gender. Okay, male, female and other. So like this we can define number of options. So we can copy this. Okay, gender. Okay, here three options is there: male, female and other. So it will occupy the space in the HTML document, but drop-down list never occupy the space. So you can see the difference here. You can see, so list of options in one place. Okay, so when you click on this, drop down will appear here, number of list of items, but red button list occupy the space here. Okay, so this is the difference between drop down list and red button list. Here name attribute value should be same for all list of options in the red button list. Okay, if you want to execute these three red buttons individually, you have to give the name different. Okay, by individually it will work. Okay, now these three radio buttons are selected. Okay, when you define this same name for all, three radio buttons are works together. So when you select male, these two unselected. When you select other, these two are unselected. When you select female, these two are unselected. So like this it will work. Next, checkbox list. Checkbox is often used in group to indicate a series of choices. Checkbox often used in groups to indicate a series of choices. Okay, syntax for checkbox. So user can select multiple options. Okay, multiple choices. Like for example, qualifications you can take qualifications field. You can select multiple qualifications like 10th, inter, degree, okay, or BTech, MS. So like this you can select multiple options. For this, use input type equal to checkbox, type checkbox, and name qualification, and close this. Okay, so like this you can give the number of options. Okay, qualification. Okay, MCA, MBA. So like this you can give the number of qualifications. So run this example. User can select multiple qualifications. Okay, so one user can have multiple qualifications. And one more control is available, that is list box. List box also allows the users to select multiple options, okay, from the given list of choices. But small difference between checkbox and list box. Okay, checkbox occupy the space in the document, but list box doesn't occupy the space. List box. So list box is also similar to a text box. It is similar to a text box. Okay, it shows a declared number of text rows, declared number of text rows, and gives the user a list of choices. So this syntax is same as drop down list. Okay, drop down syntax and list box syntax same, but there is a small difference. One attribute we have to use, that is multiple equal to multiple. Okay, so we have to hold the control key to select multiple options in the list box. Okay, hold the control key and select multiple options from the list box. Uh, list box we can use for preferred locations. Okay, so preferred locations, location 1, location 2, so location 3. Okay, so we can take number of locations. So user can select preferred locations. Okay, multiple choices. Save this. So this is declared a number of text rows. Okay, this is similar to a text box, but this text list box shows declared number of text rows. So this is one text row, this is one text row, this is one text row. So declared number of text rows and gives a user a list of choices. Hold control key to select multiple choices. Okay, so hold control key to select multiple options. Otherwise, it will select only one option. So these are the controls in HTML. Okay, but button, text box, file upper control, text area, drop down list, radio button list, checkbox, and list box. So using these controls, create one sign up form just like Google sign up. So that is for your assignment for today. Okay, just create one HTML form like Google sign up form. And next, div and span tag. Div and span tag in HTML. The div tag defines a division or a section in HTML document. Div tag defines a division or a section in an HTML document. Okay, so div tag is used to group block elements to format them with a CSS. Div tag is used to group block elements block elements to format them with the CSS. And div tag has no special meaning in HTML. In HTML, div tag has no special meaning and no required attributes, and we can define any attribute. Okay, we can define any attribute to provide additional information. Okay, like style tag, class, id. So like this we can take, we can provide like id, class, okay, style, and so on attributes. Okay, so we can define any type of attribute, but there is no required attributes. Directly we can define div tag and div any tag. So directly you can define like this div tag. There is no required attributes, but you can use id, class, attribute. So like this. So the browser will display line breaks before and after it. So between these two, starting tag, ending tag, you can define the content. This is example div tag. Okay, so this is the content inside div tag. So create div tags in our HTML form. So this is one div tag, and create one more div tag. Okay, 2. Okay, 3. We have 3 div tags. Okay, so when you run this form, the browser will display line breaks before and after div tags. Okay, for each and every div tag will display new line. Okay, in new line. So these div tags are not displayed side by side. Okay, for each and every div tag will display in the separate lines. And the next one, span tag. Span tag also just like div tag. This is also same like div tag. Okay, and no special meaning. There is no special meaning for span, and no required attributes. Okay, and we can use id, class, style, attributes. Okay, like div tag. Syntax for this span tag, just use span tag, starting tag, and ending tag. Okay, so span tag is used to group inline elements in a document. span tag is used to group inline elements in a document. Okay, span tag provides no visual change by itself, so we can place span element inside div tag or paragraph. We can place span tag inside div tag or paragraph tag. Okay, but we cannot insert div tag inside span. We cannot place inside we cannot place div tag inside span tag. Okay, we cannot place div tag inside span, but we can place span tag inside div tag or paragraph tag. That is the difference between span tag and div tag. So for example, so I want to display different color these four twos. We can use span tag for this and use style color red. Only these photos will display in red color, remaining part will be in normal black color. So now save this run this example. You can see for using span, so we change this part only color. Text color we change this. We can insert span tag inside div tag, but if you define div tag inside span, you will get some information like error message. You cannot use div tag inside span. And next tag is iframe. So iframe is used to display iframe is used to display web page within a web page. Iframe is used to display web page within a web page, or we can use iframe to display website within our website. We can use iframe to display another website within our website, or we can use this tag iframe tag to play YouTube videos in our web page. Three advantages is there using iframe. We can display web page within a web page, within a same application, okay, same website, or we can display another website within our website, and also we can play YouTube videos within our web page. So we can use height and width attributes to specify the size of the iframe, and iframe tag specifies an inline frame. Okay, inline frame is used to embed another document within a current HTML document. Okay, embed another document or another website or another video URL within the current HTML document. So syntax for iframe, iframe tag, and source, you have to define the URL here. Okay, it is either web page or another website or YouTube video URL. Okay, YouTube video URL is also embed URL. Height we have to define, and width also we have to define, and close the iframe. Okay, so now just use this iframe to display another web page within a HTML controls.html form. So here I want to display list elements form. Okay, list elements form within HTML controls.html form. So here use list elements.html. Okay, and the height 300 pixels, width also 300 pixels. Okay, so when you run this form HTML controls.html form, in this form list elements.html form also will be displayed in this form. So run this example, you can see here. Okay, order list and unordered list. Okay, if you open this list elements form, you can find this. Okay, order list and unordered list. This part, total HTML part, will displaying here. Okay, in our HTML controls.html form. If you go to inspect, you can observe here total entire HTML document is embedded in our HTML controls.html form. Okay, document, doc type HTML, HTML tag, okay, body tag and header section. Okay, entire thing will be displayed here using iframe tag. And also I want to display another website within our web page. The website is just I want to display GoToMeeting website. So copy that URL and paste here. Okay, and run this example. Here you can see the website is loading. Okay, in iframe. Okay, total website is open here, right? So we can display another website within our web page like this. And also using iframe we can play YouTube videos. Go to YouTube and select any one file. Okay, select it, any one video.
We're Rhett and Link.
Okay, skip this ad. Right click here, copy embed code. Okay, copy embed code and paste here. You will get the iframe, total iframe, okay, regarding that video. So this is the embed URL for this video. Okay, okay, allow full screen attribute. So when you double click on the video, it will display full screen. So save this and run this example. Okay, so click on play button. The video is playing here. So to automatically play video, use here control, autoplay, play equal to 1. Okay, we have to add this one, question mark and autoplay equal to 1. So now refresh this one. Okay, automatically it will play the video. So this is the iframe tag, and also you can use embed tag, video tag, track, okay, and audio tags for media. Okay, do audio play and video plays. Okay, video tag is used to play the video and audio tag is used to play the sounds, okay, music.